Good day, folks, and welcome here in Nashville, Tennessee, at the Tennessee State Museum, right there behind me. Never been here. We're gonna go in, take a look around, see what they got. Here we go. And just to kind of give you an idea of where we're at, that over there is the Bicentennial Mall for Tennessee's 200th anniversary. And of course, you see skyline of Nashville, and we're still not in what you call downtown Nashville. That right there is the Tennessee State Capitol, and it is a windy day today. We're gonna head on in. People and companies that's made donations to the museum. Let's go on in. Big open area. All right, and here in the gift shop, you got t-shirts, kinds of other little souvenirs, cups and mugs. There's a go-go. Did a video over the Goo company store here in Nashville. Go check it out. So when you come in, grab your visitor guide, and it shows you what all's in here. Permanent exhibits, talks about the Tennessee State Capitol, Children's Gallery. And there's your map of the museum. Yeah, so be sure and grab you a map there. Tells you the admission and the hours. It's free to go through. All right, so as you come on in, just walk straight on back and go up these stairs. And the museum is at the top. So we made it up the stairs into this bowl area, and this is known as the echo chamber. And if you stand in this area, this is normally the best area to stand in, but if you stand right here, you can get that area and the echo. Pretty cool. So let's go on in. Thank you, sir.
The most recent uplift occurred between 4.5 and 7 million years ago, and subsequent ownership created the Appalachians of today and continues to carve the landscapes of Nashville, Tennessee.
So this kind of talks about the early times of Tennessee.
Breaking apart to form the Americas.
And this video was talking about how
The cycle of uplift and erosion.
basically the land of Tennessee, how it was formed, what lived here,
Into the ocean.
all that stuff.
5 billion years of ceaseless,
So this talks about first people to live in this area of Tennessee, the Maladonian people during that time. And it is dark in here, so I apologize. I hope y'all can see everything. Some arrowheads.
Southeastern Indian nations preserve their cultural traditions while adapting to new circumstances.
There's over 560 tribal nations on the North American continent. We all
Mastodon
have
jaw.
cultures, our own identities, our own languages.
And the
Though our
tusk.
Whose friends aren't here today, they are part of American history.
For a long time, many others have tried to tell our.
Look at the teeth, how big those teeth are.
We're taking on that mantle to tell our history in our own words, in the way that we understand it.
So it says the jaw was found in 1924 at the mouth of the Little Harpers River in Bellevue, Tennessee. And the tusk was found in a gravel bar in the Harpers River near Franklin, Tennessee. It's a picture of the Paladonian people.
During the Ice Age, new ways of travel between the continents emerged, when glaciers formed ice fields. Over these routes, about 15,000 years ago, came early ancestors of the Paleo-Indians, the first people to arrive on the land that is now Tennessee. They were nomads, probably living in small family groups, men, women, and children following game.
Here's some more arrowheads. That one in the middle is a drill bit. And the one on the far right is a bone needle. Now we've come into the archaic culture. This is what they used to crack nuts and different things. Mortar pestle. Some more arrowheads. Projectile points. There's a fishing hook made from bone. Here's the woodland culture. See an axe, pot. It's like a pipe, smoke pipe. There's a moccasin. Part of a basket. Part of a arrow, the back end of an arrow with the feather on it. These is different locations that they've found stuff. Here's the Mississippian cultural period. Kind of see how things kind of slowly become more modern, I guess you could say. Different artifacts there. Different cave art. And this talks about Mound Bottom, which is in Cheatham County. It's one of the largest Mississippian towns in Middle Tennessee. And the Chucalissa Village in Shelby County. And these are the different Indian tribes. Chickasaws, the Cherokees, and the Creek. And then of course you had the Europeans to come over. Here's some artifacts of when the Europeans come over. Long hunters, what they were called. That coat is a replica. There's some long rifles. Now this is a real, actual canoe. It's long. It's probably about 20 yards long. Maybe a little longer than that, maybe 30. Here's you another angle of the canoe, just to kind of show you how long it is. So this is when the first white settlers came, 1769. We have the Treaty of Sycamore Shoals, 1775. The Declaration of Independence, 1776. And there's a powder horn that they carried their black powder in. Bullet mold. Different molds for bullets. Then the southeastern Indians resist, 1776. 1780 was the Battle of Kings Mountain. 1781 was the battle at Fort Nashville. 1784, the state of Franklin. And then 1794, the University of Tennessee was established. In 1796, Tennessee became a state. Here's some moccasins that were made by the Chickasaws. I believe 1783. A kettle used by Robert Cartwright's family on the Donaldson expedition in the 1770s. And a beaded bag made by the Chickasaws in the 1780s. So that Donaldson expedition, it was a 1,000-mile journey. It says it departed on December 22nd, 1779, and ran aground and spent 2 months waiting for waters to thaw and rise. And it said later, floating down the Tennessee River, the party came under attack by the Chickamauga Indians. And they finally reached their destination of Bluff Station on April 24th, 1780. Here's the Robertson expedition. It said following the Treaty of Sycamore Shoals, the land speculator Richard Henderson sent James Robertson to recruit settlers. And on November 1st, 1779, Robertson's expedition embarked. He led an estimated 200 to 300 settlers overland on the Wilderness Trail. And about December 25th, they reached their destinations. And that was also in Bluff Station. And that's where Nashville is today. And here's some different artifacts that they found. Signal horn. That's that long piece right there. And that's a gunpowder can made of tin. A brass shoe buckle. So here's a bullet mold and a flintlock Fowler. Now the bullet mold belonged to a Sally Buchanan, who was 9 months pregnant. It says he used this mold to make bullets when hundreds of southeastern Indians attacked Buchanan Station on September 30th, 1792. And this gun was nicknamed O Long Tom, which Robert Cartwright reportedly bought and took with him to the Nashville settlement. Here's a big powder horn that belonged to David Nolan about 1780. And that is who the town of Nolansville is named after in Williamson County. And that is a painting of William Blount, who Blount County is named after, was also the governor of the Tennessee Territory. It's a picture of Samuel Sevier. Catherine Sevier. There's an old snuff box belonging to John Sevier. There's a pocket watch that belonged to John Sevier that was given to him from William Blunt. And Sevier County in East Tennessee is who is named after John Sevier. And that is where Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge and Sevierville are, Sevier County. And this tells you about the Cherokee State and about Sequoia, who come up with the Cherokee alphabet. That's a picture of him right there. It says he was born around 1776. It's a replica of a cabin. Got your bed up there up top. Fireplace, desk, your door. Probably have some kind of little table sitting right in there. There's your basket. The American Revolution that come about. There's different uniforms. So the red is a replica of a British regular uniform. The blue is a replica of the Continental Militia officer uniform. And this is a replica Patriot militiaman clothing uniform. And a replica of the Cherokee warrior clothing. Here's some different items that was used during that time. Got a powder flask. Got a tomahawk. There's a uniform button. There's pliers. It's a British sword. There's a musket rifle. And it's hard to make out what it is, but it's the 13-star flag, roughly around 1790. It's Captain William Little. There's an American sword. And different flintlock pistols. But William Little was an American Revolutionary War veteran who traveled west after the war. And it says he received land, 60 acres, that is now Rutherford County. Received land in that area. The Battle of Kings Mountain. It's a British hunting sword. And that's Major Patrick Ferguson's personal belongings, about 1780. And that's a telescoping field glass. Telescoping field glass. And there's some more swords, long rifle, powder horn. There's a flintlock pistol. Talks about Andrew Jackson at the Battle of New Orleans. Some more long rifles and swords. There's a picture of Andrew Jackson. There's a portrait painting of Andrew Jackson on the battlefield. And this is a early Tennessee print shop. That's what it would look like back in the day. The old printing press. And here's some old whiskey jugs. Looks like Jackson, Tennessee. And there's one Shelbyville, Tennessee. There's one Clarksville. That little bitty one up there is Lexington. And some creepy dolls. Some silverware, tea. Some old quilts. There's an early wagon. There's an old dulcimer. And that's a chasuble. That big thing there. I guess that's how you pronounce it. Old Bible and a hymn book. We're going to go outside here on this top deck. Take a look out. There's a shot at Bicentennial Mall there. The Nashville skyline. It is windy. I apologize for that. But folks, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment, whether it be good or bad. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I'll see you real soon. Thank you and good night.